On this episode, a nationally known sportscaster blows Rich away.
This is an ABA All-Star jersey that was worn by Julius Erving.
If this does not go for $100,000, I'll be shocked.
A lifelong baseball fan has second thoughts about giving up a bat signed by Yankee greats.
Just to meet these players meant a lot to me.
Oh, Christ. I'm not going to get this bat.
And was this jersey actually worn by a Steel Town icon?
A Franco Harris jersey?
If this thing is right, it's worth a ton.
Or will it fail to score in authentication?
It's the correct fabric that they did use back then.
This is good.
But
I'm Richie Russick. I created the market for game-used sports memorabilia.
$600,000 for a piece of dirty laundry.
I've sold everything. From Mike Tyson's cup for $3,000 to Babe Ruth's call shot jersey for over $1 million. I get sports memorabilia from all over the country.
It could be worth
Ka-ching, money. If my guys can authenticate it, I'll sell it for big bucks.
any serious collector would drool.
There's a lot of garbage out there.
I hate seeing crap.
It's our job to figure out what's worthless and what's gonna make us all-star dealers.
Michael, you're making a damn mess of my office. What are you doing, son?
Working hard. What do you want me to be doing?
We get tons of packages in the mail from people who are hoping to make money off of their sports memorabilia. If we can authenticate them, I'll put them in one of our online auctions. Anything good?
Not yet.
A lot of the items are crap. Ads,
Yeah.
big deal. But once in a while, we open something that can mean big bucks.
Here's something.
What do you got?
How about a Franco Harris jersey that looks like it could be a gamer?
Wow. Gamer means game used. If we could prove that a jersey was worn in a game, a $100 jersey might turn into thousands. If this thing is right, it's worth a ton of money. A ton.
Franco Harris had a Hall of Fame career as a running back with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He helped them win 4 Super Bowls during their dynasty in the 70s. But he's best known for one play, one of the greatest in NFL history, simply known as the Immaculate Reception.
It looks vintage.
It's got some age on it.
Finding a Franco Harris jersey is extremely rare. If this one's the real thing, it could be worth 30, 40,000 easy. Depending on what it sells for, I could make 10 grand or more. TJ, check this out. I haven't seen one in I don't know how long. It looks right to me. But the reason why I have experts around is because I don't know.
I wanted to remind you that Bob Beauvais is coming in tomorrow.
Beauvais, who's Beauvais?
He's the guy with the Yankee bat. It's a bat signed by 105 Yankees.
You sure he's coming?
He's coming tomorrow.
The Yankees are the gold standard when it comes to sports memorabilia. They've won 27 world championships, and their history includes some of the greatest names in sports, like Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, and Mickey Mantle.
Are there any good names on it at least?
No, I've been working on it for 2 years, and it's signed by Daffy Duck. There's some good names. There's probably 20 Hall of Famers. I don't know. Throughout the history of the Yankees, I'm sure there's some good people on the list.
That sounds awesome. The jersey and the bat together could sell for 50 grand. If I can get those consignments, depending on what they sell for, I could make 20,000 bucks. Michael, let's get to work.
I'll start doing some homework.
Let's go.
You got it.
I'm on my way to see Al Troutwig, the national sportscaster who's won a ton of Emmys.
Al Troutwig has called everything from the Olympics and the Tour de France to the New York Yankees and Knicks.
The Knicks obviously hadn't have a star like Amari Stoudemire since Patrick Ewing.
He's hosted numerous sports shows and specials and has won more than 25 Emmys along the way.
Very classy arrival.
Classy that you meet me out here.
Very nice.
I'm so happy to meet you
Easy.
finally.
This is Roxy. We're not auctioning her off, even though
Roxy,
we thought about it.
chasing squirrels.
Hey, Rox, come here. Come here, you. Come here. Roxy.
I hope this doesn't take 2-3 hours. But if it does, I'll wait here. I heard that he had a great ABA collection. People pay a lot of money from the ABA.
The ABA was an upstart basketball league in the 1960s and 70s. They played with a red, white, and blue ball, invented the three-point shot, and the slam dunk contest. The league included some of the biggest names in the game, like Moses Malone, Rick Barry, and Julius Erving.
I think we are going to auction you off. Well, Rich, here's one of my boxes of memories here.
Oh, my God.
This is an ABA All-Star jersey that was worn by Julius Erving in 1974, the year that they won championship.
Julius Erving is best known as Dr. J, one of the top 25 players of all time, a man who transformed the game of basketball. In his day, Dr. J was the biggest name in the sport. He electrified crowds by turning the dunk into an art form. He started in the ABA and went on to the NBA with Philadelphia. And fans knew whenever he was on the court, there was always a doctor in the house.
Look at the red, white, and blue. I mean, it's everything you want. It's patriotic, it's gorgeous, and to think that it's Dr. J, the most remarkable of all of them. Dr. J's ABA All-Star jersey is as rare as an item as you can find. I've sold other Dr. J jerseys for big, big dollars. For example, his Virginia Squires game used jersey for $190,000. This jersey has a few stains on it. I'm a little concerned, but hopefully it won't lower the value. I cannot express to you how incredible I think this is.
What are you looking for? I'm trying to figure out either what year this Franco Harris is, or I haven't been able to pinpoint this font on the shoulders either.
A major part of my job is doing research on all these game-used jerseys, along with our senior authenticator, Nick Coppola. Nick's our head authenticator, and he's the one to make the final call.
Coppola seen it yet?
Coppola has not been here yet, no.
Well, that'll help.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely gonna need his help for this one.
Well, it's a one of a kind, right?
Oh, God, it's a one of a kind. Can never be duplicated. He only wore one shirt in that All-Star game.
Right.
I can't tell you what a Dr. J fan I was as a kid. I used to go to the Island Garden.
I idolized him. I started going to every game.
Right.
And I started pestering the general manager, and eventually he said, "You should be a ball boy." And I said, "Well, okay." I got $1 a game in cash.
So you were a professional?
I was a professional, $1 a game.
Uh-huh.
And it was funny. I mean, the trainer at the end of the game would,
No
would
kidding.
literally hand me $1.
Oh, my God.
He was going to play in the All-Star game. And I said, "Doc, I'd love to have the All-Star jersey that you wear in the game." And so about 2 weeks after that, he comes walking in the locker room, and without me even asking, he's got it in his hand, and he hands it to me. And I just thought that was one of the most amazing things that I had ever seen. This was one of the great days of my life. And I can honestly tell you that those years that I spent surrounded by sports are the single reason that I became a sportscaster. These things are never going to mean to my son, who's, the most important thing to me, what they meant to me. My son is graduating college, and if I can take these things that are great memories to me and do something for him, I'm going to do it, because I'll still have the memories of getting them.
It's just remarkable. If this does not go for $100,000, I'll be shocked. This is awesome.
Well, that would be exciting.
Ka-ching money.
Coming up, will photographic evidence put Dr. J in jeopardy?
These are actually New York Nets shorts.
And do the numbers add up for Franco Harris?
People would just look at this and say, gee, it's full-blown numbers, but every manufacturer had a distinctive cut.
I just left Al Troutway's. He consigned to me a Julius Erving All-Star jersey. I can't wait to show Michael.
What we got here?
Dr. J's ABA All-Star uniform.
Holy. Is this thing gorgeous or what?
Unbelievable. Do your research on it. Go see if you can photo match it.
You got it.
All right, see you later.
This is a 1974.
Even though the Dr. J ABA Nets jersey came from Al Troutwick, we still need to do our due diligence. They get authenticated. First, it's my job to match them up to photos.
It looks like these are actually customized New York Nets shorts.
Photo matching is when you can take an item and tie it to a specific date where the player is actually wearing the shirt or the pants or the sneakers. You pick out unique identifiers that the shirt has in front of you, whether it be the hand-cut numbers, a hit mark, and when you have enough points that match up, you've got a 100% match. And it's one of the reasons why we sell shirts for major dollars.
Good morning, Mr. Beauvais.
How you doing, TJ?
TJ Favilla, Great Flannel Auctions.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to finally get you out here. Bob Beauvais called me up about 2 years ago. He has a bat autographed by 105 New York Yankees. I finally got him to agree to come in for us to look at the bat. So Bob, tell me about this bat.
Oh, it was my passion. I had bought this bat in Cooperstown, 1987.
Blank,
It
right?
was blank, yes,
Did you get every one of these autographs yourself?
personally.
Some of these are really nice. The most expensive one is Mickey
It's the
Mantle.
Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle is considered one of the greatest baseball players of all time. He played in 12 World Series with the Yankees. He still holds the record for the most World Series home runs with 18. A fan favorite then, a collector's favorite now.
It's the first thing you see when you look at it. It kind of jumps out at you. Mickey Mantle did not like signing bats. He was very, about what he signed. But you look at this bat, and it's like, holy Mickey Mantle actually took the time. He put a beautiful signature right across the front of the bat.
Where did you get Mantle and how long ago?
It was at a grand opening for a store in the Bronx, and he was signing autographs for free.
Oh, so you got that for free?
I got that for free.
Yeah, it's amazing, right?
That doesn't come easy today. Mariano Rivera. That's Yogi Berra right there.
The bat is chock full of great Yankee signatures, and most of them are really mint. This could be a bat that really hits the fantasies of a lot of collectors.
Reggie Jackson.
See Derek Jeter there on the handle?
There it is.
Yeah, right there.
Here's Jeter. Did you have to pay for him?
Yeah, it was at a show in Long Island. I think it was like $35, $40 for the autograph.
And today it would be $400 or $500 probably for him to sign a bat.
400. Yep.
Just to meet every one of these players individually, talk to them, meant a lot to me.
At one point in the conversation, Mr. Beauvais starts almost like welling up. He's talking about nostalgia. Now I'm going, oh, I'm not going to get this bat. He's going to say, you know what, I changed my mind. I'm taking the thing home. It's going to sit in my closet till I drop dead.
The bat's all filled up. Where can you? You can't do this anymore.
No.
Yankee items are the best items of any team of any sport in this hobby of ours. I can't see it not going for at least $5,000.
Personally, I believe it's worth somewhere in the $20,000 range.
A big part of my job is managing expectations.
Everyone thinks their stuff is worth a ton of money. It's usually not the case. First of all, it's not a game-used bat. Collectors want game-used bats. A Mickey Mantle game-used bat is worth $20,000. A Mickey Mantle signed bat is worth $1,500. I promise you we'll work very hard for you.
Right, I appreciate it.
I've got what I think are 3 great items for our next internet auction. The 105 signature Yankee bat, the great Dr. J All-Star jersey, and a Franco Harris. But they have to be authenticated first. If something turns out to be wrong, we could lose a lot of money. Hey, Nick.
Hey, when am I ever going to come here and play golf and enjoy myself?
You know, we used to do that, remember?
The old days?
Nick Coppola has been in this for 35 years, and nobody knows game-used uniforms better.
Hey, Mike.
What's up,
How
gentlemen?
are you doing?
Hey, Nick.
I'm here today to authenticate a Franco Harris Pittsburgh Steelers jersey that I'm very excited about seeing. Franco Harris jersey from that era, if it's 100% authentic, would be in the $20,000 range, easily.
What do you think?
Well, the first positive sign that I see that it's the correct black nylon Doreen fabric that they did use back then. It has the beautiful sleeve striping, which has been notorious, and Franco Harris did wear long sleeves and short sleeves. Looking at that, Richie, that's the positive.
That's good. This is good.
But following the Steelers and researching it and owning some of my own, the thing that jumps out to me off the bat is these aren't correct font sanded numbers. People will just look at this and say, gee, it's full block too, it's a stamp, but every manufacturer had a distinctive cut. And also, look at the yoke. They call this the yoke. You see where this seam comes up straight like that? Mm-hmm. That is not a pro jersey. If it had the correct shoulder seam, this number would sit down in here. That's 2 strikes. What I also see here is this is not a nylon Doreen nameplate.
I know. It's a different material, yeah.
And real ones always
Real
have?
ones had the nylon Doreen nameplate. So the nylon Doreen, black nylon Doreen would match the shirt exactly. I mean, it jumps right out at you. So upon seeing that, Rich, this does not add up.
It's not worth crap. We went from 30 or 40,000 to nothing. Either the seller was an idiot or he tried to fool us. There are a lot of people trying to make money off of items that just aren't right. That's why Nick is so important to Gray Flannel. It's my reputation on the line with every item we sell.
What are we gonna do now?
So it's very simple. It's fool's gold, and you get to call the consignor and tell them the news. Thank you so much.
This is Michael from Gray Flannel Auctions. We don't believe that this is a game-worn Franco Harris, and I'm actually gonna return it to you. I'm not saying it's worthless, but we can't sell it through Gray Flannel. Sorry to break it to you. We'll put it in the mail. Who's less than thrilled?
Coming up,
There's no telltale signs of any change anywhere.
will the Dr. J jersey pass the test?
What are these stains?
Could have been water damage.
And a closer look at a Hall of Famer's signature could leave Rich staring at strike 3.
Very often I see his signature forged out there.
This Franco Harris jersey does not add up.
Our authenticator, Nick, just told me the Franco Harris jersey is a bust. We might have lost over 10 grand in commission. But I can't wait to show Nick the Dr. J jersey. It's gonna blow him away. Look at this shirt.
This
Nick,
one's sweet.
Nick, look at these shorts. Look at these shorts.
Here's the beauty of it. You got blue on white on red, which was gorgeous in its own regard, how they did it, the ABA.
And these are actually New York Nets shorts, and they just added the ABA for the All-Star game.
Let's put this on the lights, Michael.
While Nick is looking at this Dr. J, he's looking to see if there's any changes or alterations to the fabric.
Original numbers, there's no telltale signs of any change anywhere.
I'm sitting there and secretly thinking, please, let it be real so we can go to the bank with them. What are these stains?
You know what? Could have been water damage.
If the collector would want, could he remove
That's
these?
possible. It can be taken out. There are solutions, but you'd have to be very careful. You don't want to damage the lettering.
So I was able to come up with 3 photos. Take a look at these.
Oh, Mike, that's unbelievable.
How
Beautiful
great
that. But
is
look,
that?
there's the shirt right there. The configuration of the star to the A is perfect placement, perfect font, absolutely perfect.
ABA, All-Star, and Dr. J.
And these photos just substantiate it dramatically. It's perfect 10. This is a perfect 10, Mike. It doesn't get better than this.
You guys can think I'm crazy. I honestly believe that this thing's got a chance for $100,000.
If it doesn't go for $100,000, I'll buy you a Belvedere vodka.
This thing's gonna be the star of our next online auction. It could easily go for over 100 grand, and that could mean a 5-figure payday for Gray Flannel. Jimmy!
Ricky!
Now Jimmy Spencer's here. He's gonna authenticate all 105 signatures on this Yankee bat. Come on in. Jimmy Spence is the best sports autograph expert in the country. There's a lot of forgers out there, and I've been fooled before, so I always call in a pro.
I've been staring at autographs my entire life. I have a certificate in forensic document examination. I've stared at perhaps more autographs than anyone else in the world.
TJ, bring that Yankee bat in, will you?
Okay.
Tell me what you think. We're signed by 105
Wow.
Yankees. The man claimed he got it done. Each signature in front of him.
I'll tell you, the first thing I notice is the signature of Mickey Mantle.
TJ and I, we're two dopes who've been doing this for so long, and we could look at a Mickey Mantle, a real one and a fake one, and not know.
By looking at an autograph or a series of autographs, you see a rhythm, a movement, a flow. You start to see consistencies and different anomalies that'll come about. We really bring up Mantle. Very often I see his signature forged out there, stamped versions or secretarially signed. He's such a popular autograph even to this day. The forgers go wild with him. They put him on balls and photos and everything you can imagine.
I'm worried if this Mantle signature turns out to be not real, this bat ain't worth and I don't make a penny.
I'll tell you what, there's one signature that I know inside and out. I mean, you could put up a Mantle signature, you know, across the room, you know, upside down.
And?
Coming up, will the Yankee bat join Dr. J on the auction block?
What do you think of Jeter?
The way D is twisted to the left.
Does he twist his D to the left?
We really bring up Mantle.
So handwriting expert Jimmy Spence is checking out the Yankee bat with 105 signatures on it. If this is not indeed Mickey Mantle's signature, then the bat is worth.
Half moons are, you know, his trademark, especially, you know, post 1955. He actually had a different type of M earlier on. See this little clench up here in the C? It's like a little eyelet.
Yes.
He actually came over the top and he lifted his pen right here when he makes the first part of the K. Okay, comes up with that initial stroke,
And
comes
always
down.
does.
Yes, I mean, he lifts his pen up and goes right up to the top. Okay?
Right.
A lot of people can't get that down, a lot of the forgers.
Do you like that Mantle?
I'll tell you what, there's one signature that I know inside and out.
And?
And
Don't leave me
I love
hanging.
it, I love
Don't
it.
leave me hanging,
Yes,
brother.
I love it, yes. When you start off with a good Mantle, put it this way.
Well, we know that's the one.
You know, that's
the most
a very
expensive
good,
one.
so somebody's probably not gonna play games beyond that.
What do you think of Jeter?
Jeter looks great. I mean, you have all the proper humps in his signature. The way it's twisted a little bit, the D is twisted to the left.
Does he twist his D to the left?
Yeah, you
That's
gotta
typical?
I'll tell you what, that there is a perfect example of his.
Jimmy authenticated every Yankee signature from Mickey Mantle to Derek Jeter, who's playing right now.
Every signature on here is wonderful, above reproach, and carefully placed on here by the players.
TJ and I are so glad that you think all these signatures are genuine.
Yeah, I don't know who you could really add to this bat to make it any better.
Now that our authentication process is over, we can go to auction. The Franco Harris jersey is a bust, but the bat is good, and the Dr. J jersey could be huge. I can't wait to start marketing these items. So we're gonna place them in our catalog and put them online for the world to see.
Rich started the online auction for Mr. Beauvais' Yankee signature bat with a minimum bid of $500, but expected it to sell for somewhere around $5,000. Mr. Beauvais held out hope for a 20 grand payday. But in the end, a Yankee fan bought it for just under $4,000. Rich expected big things for the Julius Erving All-Star jersey. He set a minimum bid of $10,000, but figured that to be just the start of a fast break for bidders wanting this one-of-a-kind item. And once the bidding began online, the price shot up. The bids came in fast and furious, over 100 in all, from New York to Japan, driving the price up into six figures. When it was all over, it sold for $132,000 to a collector overseas.
We did great for you in the auction, as I thought we would. So I have a little present for you that is in my back pocket, a check for you.
I was very careful not to get a number in my head. I didn't want to be overexcited or disappointed, but it was a lot more than I thought. It's amazing. Thanks
Isn't
again.
that great?
Thank you.
For that jersey, it's a schmatter. I know it's gorgeous and I love and you love it, but that's a ton of money.
It's crazy, but it's exactly as you said it would go.
Oh, there you go.
You knew it.
Didn't have a weird one-year style or
No,
anything like
no,
that. They were
no.
pretty consistent
No, they
throughout
were
that time period.
absolutely.
It was always sanded numbers.
Always
there.
sanded, even in the 60s when they weren't wearing names on
So
the
they were
back.
pretty standard.
They were pretty standard.
So what numbers are these?
To me, they don't even look like Wilson cut. They don't even look like Rawlings cut. They just got their own cut to it. If you look at these shoulder numbers, Mike, they're not standard cut either. You know, the sanded was a little shorter in nature, a little wider. That 2 should be a little wider.
Right.
So that is definitely not sanded. All original name, no sign of any type of change anywhere.
This line down here is just a run in the fabric,
That,
correct?
no. That's consistent with Rawlings shirts. You'll see them on knits too. It's the way the material was folded.
When you say knits too, what is this?
It's a little lighter fabric than a baseball knit.
Cotton knit?
Perhaps a little bit more cotton and knit. A little more nylon cotton in versus where the other knits were more durable to stand up. You gotta
Right.
understand, these guys sweated profusely, and they weren't gonna wear anything that was really, really heavy. Baseball was a little different. They had to hold up for the rigors of the season and what have you. But this line you see, Michael, is the fold. Now, for
So
whatever
before
reason,
the
you'll
shirt was
see-
made, you're talking about the
right,
fold
and
in the
my
fabric.
feeling was it was folded that way to center it. So when they did the lettering,
All
they
these,
sent it.
all rolling shirts?
You'll see
the
that
fold?
mostly in Rawlings shirts, yes.
No kidding. And,
Yes.
and plus, it was only worn once.
Right.
Because it was an all-star game, so the
Right.
fold stayed.
Right.
And then over here, the mantle. The A and the N, same size, same height. I've seen a lot of forgeries on the market where the A is much smaller than the N, and it actually looks like a V Okay?
Right.
A lot of people can't get that down, a lot of the forgers. Here's the one that they mess up with most of the time. Is actually an elevation on the T, L, and E. It comes up off the baseline. He lifts it up. The T and the L are generally the same size. The spacing is very important with Mantle's signature. You can see that he's not leaning up against any one letter at any time. The spacing is very, very consistent.